This is HMS Bulwark, one of the most advanced amphibious troop carriers in the world. Ready to deliver the Navy's most elite fighting force, the Royal Marines, by sea and by air. Bulwark's leading 12 NATO warships on the Royal Navy's most ambitious deployment in a decade.
Quick march!
Codenamed Operation Taurus. They'll be working with forces from 17 different nations, hunting for pirates in the Bay of Bengal, showing off the best of British in Singapore, building up to a major battle in the jungles of Brunei. And as they enter the Far East, the real adventure begins. On a rainy February morning, HMS Bulwark is leaving Plymouth.
Here he comes!
Here he comes!
On board, 300 sailors and 200 Royal Marines. Their task? To prove they can carry out a seaborne military invasion thousands of miles from home. And if there's any ship for the job, it's Bulwark. Its 64-metre flight deck is able to land 3 Merlin helicopters. The side of the ship carries 4 boats called landing craft vehicle personnel. They can hold 30 fully equipped Marines or a Land Rover and trailer. But Bulwark's unique selling point is in the bows of the ship. There you'll find a massive dock and vehicle deck, each the size of a football pitch, where 60 vehicles and 4 huge boats are stored. These bigger boats, called landing craft utilities, can carry 100 Marines or a huge battle tank. It takes the deployment 2 months to travel 11,000 miles to reach the destination where the real action begins, on the east coast of India, at Visakhapatnam, a naval base in the Bay of Bengal. But first things first.
Got mail! Not mine then.
Marine Tom Feeney is due to deploy in the jungle in a few days' time. But today, he's got a less dangerous mission.
There's 107 bags coming so far. Excuse me, coming through.
Marines spend a lot of time on board keeping in peak physical fitness, so Daz Farmer's got just what he wanted.
Running shorts. When we go run, should never need too much fizz. Picture of missus.
And in the hot climate, a present he could well do without.
Nice Easter egg. And what's left of it.
Before the ship sails, there's shore leave. Daz and Tom have got a vital assignment.
Let's walk up and round. There's loads of little people everywhere.
The lads are going to be living on the rivers of Bangladesh, so they're heading for a chemist's.
Been given the time off to go downtown and get the last bits of things we need. Things like tiger balm, talcum powder, espresso soap, waterproof bags, needle and thread, betadine paint and mosquito rep.
We get run over. Where are you going that way? Traffic. It's horrendous. You see these little moped things going around like, and they've just got no concept of anything going on around them, and they just do what the hell they want when they want.
It seems like 1 toot for I'm going to go left, 2 toots for right, and just crack on through the middle if you want to go straight on.
The Indian chemist's got it all, and more.
What's this? Viagra.
The hell? What's that?
It's Viagra. I'm pretty sure. Never know where you get up to in the jungle.
Before the ship heads into the open sea, her crew's got a dirty chore. Petty Officer Lenny Armstrong is in charge of dumping the rubbish, and today he's got some extra help.
Normally we'll have skips and we just put all the rubbish in the skips and they get craned off really, but this is quite unusual. And as you see now, the locals are sorting through it. I've seen an iron board get thrown away. We've got trainers there, which they'll probably be wearing tomorrow. Some buckets as well, which they'll probably be using. So one man's waste is another man's sort of froth, isn't it?
With everything shipshape, they're about to embark on the most important stage of the journey. Travelling 600 miles along the North Bay of Bengal to Chittagong in Bangladesh. On the bridge, Lenny's out of his dirty blue overalls.
Because we're in a hot climate, it's called these tropics. So as you see, nice white. We've got these nice shoes, they're brand new. Nice socks, lots of these there, and shorts. That's all cool.
When Lenny's not in charge of rubbish, it's his job to drive the ship whenever it leaves port.
The ship gets steered by this, so the days of the old wooden steering wheels have gone. This sort of port is quite a tight port, really.
So what could go wrong then?
Nothing will go wrong.
But in worst case...
Worst case scenario, we're probably on the ground. And these are going to come back again. The worst case scenario, which means that these will probably go as well.
Two tugs are hooked up to the 18,000-ton ship to guide it out of the busy harbour.
Come on then, team, let's manhandle it, let's get it on as quick as we can. Hand over hand, go through your hands.
Captain Wayne Keeble is Bulwark's commanding officer. He's calling the shots, with a little help from a local harbour pilot who talks to the tugs.
How are we getting on, pilot?
The forward is fine.
So they're both secured now?
They're both secured.
Okay.
Channel is clear. As soon as you're ready, we can...
Ready to go. Okay, thank you. Let go all lines.
Still up bridge, starting the starboard steering motor.
Starboard 25. Just letting go the lines now, please.
So the camera's now taken over, so he knows exactly what engines are doing and what power he's got. So let's rock and roll, let's go.
Okay then, team, come on then, let's get it in as quick as we can. Come on, keep going, big arms.
Set starboard lever astern, 40. Set port lever ahead, 20.
Set port lever ahead at 20. We're moving.
Set starboard lever astern, 30.
Starboard lever astern, 307.
Very good.
Set both levers ahead at 40. Starboard 25.
Bulwark squeezes through the gap and into the open sea. The tugs are released and the ship goes it alone.
Come on then, big arms all together. Come on, Spy, get in there, mate. Well worked.
Well, we didn't crash, we didn't run aground, so I think I've done my job.
Postal ship, hope. Telephone, dispatch.
Up next, the Marines land on the shores of Bangladesh. And the locals don't know what's hit them.
Move it!
And it's 40 Commandos' turn. They were fighting in Afghanistan last year, though half the lads are new recruits, like Dean Medhurst, who's just transferred from the RAF's police force.
We're now outside our mess, really, 2 Quebec 1. It's 8 troops living accommodation, basically. This is where we live, hang out, chill out, and everything else to go with it. We live in 6-man areas, so obviously very, very confined bunk beds. This is my bed space in here, just nicely underneath the seat. Pretty much is where I spend most of my time when we're not doing anything, just chilling out and getting to grips with the PSP. It's sort of claustrophobic at certain times, because especially if there's long transits, and it's sort of a bit monotonous.
Williamson, Brooker, Church, Coyle.
But that's about to change. The lads are getting ready for a 3-day trip ashore to carry out beach landings. However, one Marine who isn't going anywhere is Daz. After his shopping trip in India, he went out drinking and ended up with burnt feet.
Because the floor was that hot, somehow my feet have been really beef on me. It is gutting, like, because 8.5 months of training and I still didn't get blisters. But yeah, I come here, get drunk, get blisters, and my feet are now in bits. It's mega painful. And I'm not allowed off ship. So when the rest of the lads go on this exercise, I'm stuck here, living the dream on ship on my own. You fucking cock. I could see that coming as well, fucking miles off. You dick.
The ship has put down anchor 6 miles off the coast of Bangladesh. HMS Bulwark is about to show what makes her such an incredible warship. The bosun supervises the operation from the well dock.
It's awesome. It's like being in a football stadium, really, isn't it?
It's 4 decks high and takes up 1/3 of the length of the ship. The bosun makes his final checks and gives the order to the engineers.
Yeah, on the stern gate. So you're going to get lights in a minute, courtesy of the sun.
The massive back door opens to create a harbour inside the ship. This works by pumping 3,000 tonnes of water into ballast tanks in the stern. The weight lowers the ship by 3 metres. The back gate then opens and 1 million gallons of water flood in. Careful control of the ballast tanks keeps the ship stable. Once the boats are floating, they can simply sail straight out. 4 huge landing craft live inside the dock. They carry everything you need for a beach invasion. Once they're out, over 30 of the ship's other boats use the harbour, including the 32-man flat-bottomed landing craft that's going to deliver Charlie Company right up onto the shore. The landscape around Bangladesh is perfect for the Marines to practice attacking from the sea. It's one of the wettest countries on Earth, with 200 miles of deltas. It's also one of the most heavily populated. Over 160 million people live by the rivers, and all their waste is washed out to sea. It's a worry for the commander, the captain's right-hand man, who's down in the well dock having a closer look at the seawater they've just let in.
At the moment, we're not too far from the Ganges. It's an interesting river complex, exceptionally large, and an awful lot of interesting things end up in the Ganges. We understand that there has been an outbreak of diarrhea in Bangladesh, and we need to make sure that we avoid it arriving on board, because it could potentially spread quite quickly.
The ship produces its own fresh water, so it's completely self-sufficient. The water plant sucks up seawater and filters out all the salt and bad bits, making 150 tonnes of clean water a day. But the Bangladesh Delta doesn't look or smell too promising.
We need to make sure we can produce water safely. So we're going through the process of starting the analysis of the water, making sure we can make it. At the moment, the sediment is extending about 20 miles out to sea, so that's why it's quite important that we look carefully what we're doing and we do not block up our filters, because that's the last thing we want to do.
As 150 Marines begin the invasion of Matabari Island, the locals move in for a closer look. They've never seen anything like it. And neither have new recruits like Rosie.
It's bizarre, but I'm sure we'll get used to it as days go on.
They're going to make the beach their home. So, down to business, digging the toilets with an audience.
Mad. Hoping they'll bugger off. Let lads use the latrines on their own.
But they've no time to worry about that now. they get into their boats and give the islanders something worth watching.
Move in! Lock down! Don't chop! Go!
These lads will be going out to Afghanistan next March. A very different environment to this one.
Amphibious ops is what we do, and you need to maintain that skill set. You always get that question, are there any rubber boats in the Helmand Valley? Well, clearly there are not. However, if we don't expose a generation of Marines to what they do when we move on from the campaigns we're currently fighting, then we've lost that knowledge forever. So very important we get the balance right between maintaining this knowledge and also preparing for operations next year.
Bangladesh is a stable Muslim country with close ties to the UK. Over the next few days, their army is going to be training with Charlie Company. It's the first time in 10 years that a Royal Navy warship has visited their waters. So they're making the most of it.
But they need to be in a firing position before these move. To be honest, they're quite good. There's a bit of a language barrier, but they're not actually that bad, to be fair. But we were told they were a pretty professional force before we come here anyway. Mega enthusiastic.
But the most lethal aspect of this exercise, the water.
You could smell it on way in. Yeah, it's honking. You won't want to be tripping up and getting a gobful.
Back on Bulwark, the marine engineers have had a disaster trying to make fresh water out of the Bangladeshi sea.
I've just come up from one of the engine rooms with this filter, which is from one of our reverse osmosis plants. This filter, which started life looking like that, has blocked in about 3 hours. Normally it takes about 2 months for filters to block. And whilst we carry a lot of the filters, we don't carry enough to use them at the rate of a set every 3 hours.
And now one of the 4 pumps has burst. Fresh water levels are running dangerously low. And the commander, he's not a happy man.
One of my biggest concerns is we've currently got about 150 Royal Marines ashore at the moment, and one of our supporting roles is to make sure that when they return back on board that we can clean their kit, and most importantly they can get a shower. So if we do not provide that water to support that, then we've failed in our role.
Drastic action has to be taken.
Freshwater restrictions are now in force for the duration of the exercise. Showers are limited to 1 per day and are to be kept short. The laundry will now only be accepting chef's whites, overalls, underwear and socks. That is all.
Down on 2 deck, the Chinese laundrymen are first to be affected by the water crisis.
I've been doing this job since 1985. We have another 2 laundrymen to work with me. One is Julius Lee, one is Mr. Choi. They all working over 30 years in the Navy already. You only need to have 2 hands and working hard, that's it.
Restricted to cleaning just overalls and underwear means Steve and his laundrymen will have a mountain to get through when the ban is lifted.
You still can see we have loads of the laundry to do. We do it as much as we can. I hope everybody can understand about this.
On the vehicle deck, Captain Matt Hingston is leading a team to go ashore. The Marines need an enemy, and some of the ship's company have bravely volunteered.
We'll act as a target for Charlie Company, and we're playing the part of a terrorist cell or a terrorist training camp. So we'll be playing that part to this maximum. We're firing off rounds, making plenty of noise. We'll always try and get the ship's company to work alongside the squadron. It gets them off the ship, and it gets them a great experience.
One of the volunteers is Stores Room Assistant Kate Chaddock.
There was an email that went around which said any volunteers who would like to be an enemy. So I was like, I'd like to give that a go. Shooting blanks at the Marines. I was like, yeah.
The enemy heads off to face certain defeat. Another volunteer is Mike McMahon, nicknamed Irish for obvious reasons.
It's the first time I've ever done any of this, and Really enjoying it so far. Well, obviously these boys, this is their bread and butter, but for us it's just a bit of a laugh, you know. We get to play dead, but we get to get up again, you know. So it does give us more of an appreciation for what the Marines do, because obviously we only see them around the ship doing the day-to-day things that we do, and then they go off and do stuff like this, and then come back, and we're like, oh, well, yeah, whatever. So getting out there and getting amongst it with them is really good fun.
This is deepest, darkest Bangladesh on the main sort of estuary. We've got to make it as challenging position for Charlie Company to take, and it will be challenging. The terrain itself makes it challenging without us even being here.
Matt's got to keep a close eye on his Navy recruits.
Just pick a spot, guys, in sort of a bit of a circle.
Whose day jobs rarely take them off the ship.
A lot of them probably never spent a night in the field, back in UK, let alone on the other side of the world. So it's all new, and I know it's challenging for them.
Setting up our mozzie nets. That's what we're going to sleep in tonight. Stop the creepy crawlies getting us where we're having our sweet dreams. We have anacondas, pythons, a few other nasties. The river that we've just come down has got crocodiles in there. There was a lesser female vampire bat that carries rabies, which I really liked hearing about. Yeah, so there's, and then mosquitoes, obviously carrying malaria.
But it's not bedtime for everyone. Under cover of darkness, the Marines have got into boats and are travelling upriver to find where the enemy's camped. Lieutenant Rob Garside is leading the recce.
We've moved 100 metres inland, and we've found some light sources that we've just got a couple of guys checking out at the moment. The thing about around here, you just don't know what's watching you. Probably fall into an alligator pit or something like that.
Irish is on sentry duty. He's been told to look out for the Marines.
I haven't heard a thing. Not a thing, which is either saying they're not close enough yet or they're just really good. They're looking for numbers of the camp, position of the camp, best ways to attack the camp.
Charlie Company is now only a few metres away.
The plan now is collate all our information, take it back to the HQ, then devise some kind of attack for tomorrow.
Because tomorrow, the battle begins.
This doesn't happen in the movies. Yeah, see it.
It's 5 AM on Matabari Island in Bangladesh. After a restless night plagued by mosquitoes, the Marines from 40 Commandos Charlie Company are just waking up.
Just bitten to death by mozzies. Other than that, I'm all right. That's horrendous.
The war paint's going on because they're about to go into battle.
Has anybody got any decent green?
Rosie's got it down to a fine art.
Just put a base layer on first with your brown and put your, well, predominantly green over the top. You don't tend to use black. Obviously, if you don't put enough on, you stand out.
The Marines are travelling in landing craft that'll take them from Matabari Island and up the estuary to Malskal Island, where the enemy's camped, 100 metres inland. They're going to attack from the sea and come up on the shoreline, D-Day landing style. From there, they'll capture the camp. The enemy, made up of sailors from HMS Bulwark, is being led by Marine Captain Matt Hinkston.
Now we've just had intelligence that the attack on us is imminent, so what we're doing is just we're going into the positions, anticipating Charlie Company's attack.
Easier said than done when you're out of your comfort zone.
I think I've lost my shoe. I've lost my shoe! I'm fucking stalking them, brothers.
That's it. Pull it gently and gradually.
Okay, guys, well, you know, well done. We're here.
Matt reads them the rules of engagement.
Well, one thing that you know you don't want to have when you play an enemy is somebody dying and then he just gets up again and he just starts firing from around the back of you. Yeah. So when he gets up reasonably close, yeah, you have been shot, bang, and then just stay down where you've been slain. Okay.
Now all they can do is wait. Kate Chaddock normally works in the ship's stores room.
Yeah, this is an SA-80. It's not that heavy. I haven't shot a rifle in quite a long time. It's probably the first time in a while. So, see how it goes. But I wouldn't like to do it in real life, though. There's no way.
50 metres closer to the coast, Navy helicopter engineer Irish is on first line of defence.
Just want to get amongst it now. I hate all the anticipation, all the calm before the storm, as it were. Now, I can't imagine what this would be like in real life. But even now, it's just, you can feel the excitement building up. The only thing I can even compare it to for me is that thing right before you're about to kiss a pretty girl or something. You know, you've got that excitement, and will it happen or won't happen, and do you go or do you not go, and it's that sort of feeling, but more intense.
Charlie Company is only minutes away. The boats are armed with general-purpose machine guns to give the Marines cover till they reach the shore. And although they're firing blanks, it's taken deadly seriously. Next time they're facing the enemy, it could be the Taliban.
Yeah.
Pass it back, we're coming in.
If they break through us, then the main defence will be at the camp. So our objective is to slow them down as much as we can.
Where's the enemy? Right in front of the palm trees. Yeah. Yeah, see.
The Marines show the enemy what makes them unique soldiers, attacking from the sea.
Yeah, they're up at Roger, well.
And 30 of them are hurtling towards Irish.
As you can see, these will be the first boys. Obviously, I got to reload as we go along, which this doesn't happen in the movies. Yeah, see it?
He doesn't stand a chance. A second boat offloads the rest of the Marines. They make their move on Kate and Matt's position.
Yeah, just stay here. We all die here, mate. We all die here. They came ashore very, very quickly. What they've done is fixed us now. We can't actually move anywhere because we've got the covering fire from the gunboats, and they're just going to sort of close us down.
Charlie Company lets the Bangladeshi army lead the way. The enemy's supposed to die when the Marines get within close range. But Kate is having too much fun.
Side, 2 enemy dead!
Dead.
Marine Rosie checks her over for weapons and suicide bombs.
Come on, mate. Yeah, we're clear.
Before moving on to Irish, who's giving an award-winning performance.
Ready?
Yeah. Clear!
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. That was better than being at sea, that's for sure. Now and you're sort of buzzing, which is good.
Irish and Kate watch the rest of the battle from the sidelines, along with a few locals.
That cow doesn't have a clue what's going on.
The Marines capture the camp. Game over. For the new lads like Medhurst, it's been a good practice run for Afghanistan.
Yeah, that was awesome. The bond between the lads now is a lot better than when we first started the exercise. You get to know more how people work, you know how people move, how they're going to move. You're almost sort of reading their next step before they're thinking it, sort of thing. So I'm just looking forward to a shower. It'll be nice.
But showers are off limits. Bulwark's almost out of fresh water. The sea round Bangladesh has played havoc with the ship's purification plant, but the captain's got a solution.
We're having to go out into clearer water where there's not so much mud and particles suspended in it to allow us to make water. And most of the exercise is conducted up here where the water's quite muddy. So we're having to shoot out, make water and come back in again.
Till levels are back up, the ship's crew are on water rations. And it couldn't happen at a worse time. The temperatures are scorching 38 degrees on the flight deck and humidity's reached 80%.
Let's go, come on. Where we go, where we go, where we go. Let's go, come on.
But that isn't going to stop Lenny's midday fitness class.
Pace the same way, pace the same way, there back.
When he's not driving the ship or supervising the rubbish,
Off we go, move on then, let's go.
Lenny is the physical trainer.
Both arms now together, all the way round.
And his sessions aren't for the faint-hearted.
Turn back, let's go. That's it. 20 seconds down, wait, coach. 1 week down and press ups. Strong body.
We put a mat on the flight deck within 5 minutes. It's absolutely hot to touch. It's probably about 38 now. It's not too bad. It's been hotter than this.
That's it. Well worked, good effort. Hold the front there, 20 seconds, come on.
The captain leads by example.
I do this every day. I'm enormously keen on it, always done it. You need to be fit to be able to do your job. It's complex. You never know exactly what you're going to have to do when. Fit in body, fit in mind, you can do the job.
He's determined his crew don't live up to the reputation of the hard-drinking, hard-smoking sailor.
I try my hardest to discourage smoking. Everybody has a free choice if they want to do that. However, what we try and show is the benefits of not doing it, and therefore how much fitter you can be by not doing it, how much money you can save, and how much time you save during the day, rather than being down after smoking.
The smokers have been banished to the back of the ship.
We're here to feed our dirty habit, as you say. It's the only designated place on the ship that we have been allocated to smoke, for reasons I do not know. I think it's something to do with the skipper not being a smoker myself. They do circuits up on the upper deck, so they don't like the tabbers up there to be seen. So they've rammed us all down here out of the eye of the upper class, should I say.
But the smokers may get the last laugh.
Watch your left side.
With water rationing in place, proper showers for the sweaty athletes are strictly forbidden.
It's annoying, especially when you've been working hard or doing things like we have now. It'd be nice just to go in, spend some time in the shower for like 5 or 10 minutes, but it just means you might have to work in the afternoon and be a bit sweaty. But
we're bird bathing at the moment. Shower after fizz and bird bathing other times, so...
I'm drinking more than I'm washing in.
Yeah.
Bangladesh used to be part of the British Empire. Their navy still models itself on the Royal Navy. Most of their fleet are our second-hand ships, and today they've joined Bulwark. Some of their sailors are going to watch the ship's boarding party in action to learn how to search suspect vessels. Worldwide, there's been over 100 boats attacked by pirates in the last 6 months alone, and international terrorism and smuggling is on the increase. Every nation needs to be able to police its shores, and to be trained by the Royal Navy is seen as a great privilege. Bulwark's boarding party is led by Steve Wardby.
Guys, welcome to Bulwark. How are we doing? I'm trying to listen also, man. Good. How are you doing? Right, sir, you're Bangladesh Navy, sir. Nice to meet you, sir.
And you, and you.
They head straight for the Bangladeshi patrol ship.
Out in these seas at the moment, they'll more than likely come across dhows, which are 6 to 8 men vessels, can be used for fishing, for cargo. On the same size, they can be used as piracy boats. So there can be a lot of pirates out in these waters at the moment, and they can be transporting ammunition, drugs, or just general illegal trafficking.
Who is going to act as the crew member? We need 1 crew member to take us.
Steve's been boarding vessels for over 13 years, so he's a role model for sailors like Rangel.
Boarding officer talks to master.
We believe there is little boarding experience.
Go anywhere else?
I think it's going to be quite basic, and hopefully we'll be able to escalate the training up to a standard where they can board vessels on their own.
Ready to move, move! Go.
Remember, it's taking out to the bridge.
Steve starts by showing Rangel how to approach the captain of a suspect ship.
This is how quick we're going now. Go, go, go. Hello there, sir. I'm off the NATO warship over there. I ask you 3 questions. No alteration of course or speed.
Yeah.
Make sure there's no external communications.
Okay.
And nothing and no one is to be thrown over the side.
Okay.
We've gone through what we do on this vessel with them following us, and now we're just cueing them and making sure they know exactly what they're doing. Okay, you ready?
Rangor isn't shy about giving Steve some positive feedback.
Let's go for it. Let's see how good you are.
Good guidance, good guide.
Good guide.
Intelligent.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. Come on then.
Lot of quality.
Let's do it.
Okay, advance. Guide, cruise guide, cruise guide. Here's cruise guide. Ekdom civil পোশাকে মারো ওই যে
Good, go, go, go. There, happy.
crew member ভয়ে আতস্ত তুমি ওইভাবে যাও
You're doing well, keep it going. Stop the talking though. He's full of beans and he's well happy being here and he loves it, so he's doing a good job. He talks more than me though, really bad.
No alteration.
Of course and speed.
Course and speed, not to be changed.
Good.
We have to keep on this course.
Good. So what you're going to find when you're doing anything like this is you're going to have a major language problem.
What? Forward?
Out the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, crew.
Yeah. Oh.
We search the crew out the way. A lot of gestures and pointing and a lot of smiling. We eventually get to the right objective, hopefully. One at a time, we'll ask him a question.
Right.
What is your name?
What's your name?
Okay. What cargo have we on here?
Yeah.
All right, with your list. Sorry?
Mr. Shahjahan.
Mr. Shahjahan.
Of this
All right.
ship.
Last port of call.
Last port?
Last port.
What's his name?
Yeah.
What?
What we have on here, cargo.
Very good. Very good instruction. Very good operation. Okay.
In quarters. Check under the arm. All the way down, straight up the crutch. If you find anything in there,
Just
down.
Get.
Yeah, go down, go down, go down, 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 down. You wouldn't go down that way.
Yeah.
All right.
Left hip. Yeah.
Roll him
Yeah.
over. Roll over.
Good.
Now you
Right.
search.
Right. And then, sir, we have got some illegal goods.
You got some illegal. I thought you would do somehow. Yeah.
Hang right.
Yeah.
Kick.
Yeah.
Kick.
I thought you would. That's it.
Right.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Right.
Good.
Good, sir.
Well done.
Satisfied, sir?
Yeah. Yeah. Get off him.
Get him. Thank you, sir.
Well done.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
Well, thank you, sir. I'm saluting you, sir.
All right. That went surprisingly not too bad at all, actually. They're all enthusiastic and they all want to learn, which is ideal training opportunity for them. They did really well in all fairness. Okay.
We have one crew
Yeah.
which looks like you.
Looks like me.
Believe me, sir.
Hey! Get out of here! Hey! What do you reckon? Come here. What do you reckon? How you doing? What do you reckon? Hey? Do we do look like that? Hey? Nothing like me. Hey? He likes the ladies. Hey?
Coming up, the Navy take care of the Marines.
We're going to feed him, water him, wash him, not literally, they can do that themselves.
When Operation Dryout gets underway. HMS Bulwark's crew is preparing for the return of the Marines. For the last 72 hours, they've been living in the swamps of Bangladesh.
We'll have to empty all of these out there, mate, won't we? We'll have a bag of...
So stores room manager Mr. Mack and his army of helpers are getting Operation Dryout underway.
Our main weapon is the Green Death, the Royal Marines. Without them, we wouldn't have an HMS Bulwark. So we've got to look after them. We're going to look after the man first, feed him, water him, wash him, not literally, they can do that themselves.
They even give the Marines a free goodie bag.
This is the Bulwark's way of saying, look, here guys, this is for you. Please enjoy, take it with our compliments. It makes the transition back to being human again. We want them to de-stress, decompress, and it's a nice touch. They enjoy it.
But it's not just about making the Marines feel at home. The ship doesn't want them bringing back any souvenirs of their visit, like diarrhea.
They're going to bring a lot of dirt and bad smells and body smells with them. It's not a pleasant job for my staff, but they do appreciate that. It's not been very pleasant for the Royal Marines either.
Down in the galley, the chefs are bracing themselves for the onslaught too.
Like do extra special food because of their eating habits, because they use a lot of energy. So you find they eat a lot more than the normal ship's company. So that's why we cook a lot of carbohydrates.
Tonight's dinner needs to give them 3,000 calories.
This is our chicken that we're gonna thicken up. The gravy will come solid and has a nice consistency. And we have roasties. We use 2,625 kilo of potatoes per week. I put a little Cajun powder in them and they get extra brown and tasty. And they like it.
Be careful flying. Smoking is permitted at 2 Quebec Swanson. That is all.
Up on deck, Mr. Max on lookout for the Marines.
You just see them in the distance there, they're queuing up. They're just going to come back and I'm going to welcome our troops back home and start op dry out.
The rest of his team is putting out clean trainers.
Dirtiest bit of them is probably going to be their footwear, so they'll get rid of the boots. But we want to keep all the jungle dirt away from the inside of the ship. In war times, we can keep these soldiers coming and going in about 6 hours. They can come on board for a respite and send them back out to do what they're really good at, fighting wars. Right, lads, grab yourself a towel, and then as soon as you're out, you've had your shower, get yourself some scran, because the dining hall's open for you, lads, all right?
But this special treatment's a bit lost on tired Marines like Rosie.
To be honest, not ideal. Last thing we want to be doing is getting fucked about like this.
I think most of us would rather have a shower and crack on themselves, but also we've got to go through the process.
It's annoying for some of the Marines, but it's Mr. Mac's chance to perfect Operation Dryout in case they ever had to do it for real. Their dirty washing gets taken care of. They're given a towel and a change of clothes and head down to the showers with their goodie bags. They'd never guessed the ship's been through a major water crisis.
Well, I'm pleased to report the water situation is much better than it was. We've been able to take ourselves further out to sea, and we've managed to fix the pumps. We've made sufficient water that enables now to embark the Royal Marines, which we're doing at the moment, to enable them to clean themselves, clean their kit, and get their laundry through the laundry.
All the showers are open to you boys, all right?
Oh, right.
The seniors, anyone's, the girls, the boys, they're all open. No ship's company are going to have a shower in the next few hours until you've been processed. All right, boys. Bit chaotic at the moment, but it's cool. Yeah, it's all right. It's gone quite well. I'm quite pleased. The sailors are quite proud of Royal Marines, and I think you'll find if you ask the Royal Marines, they'll begrudgingly say they're quite proud to be in the Navy. They're not in the Army, they're in the Navy, and I think they'll admit that they want to be part of the Navy.
With the Marines all clean, it's time to get them fed.
That's what we look forward to every day, this time of the evening. Work hard, this is the outcome, and this is the happiest part of the day for us. And it will be like this until 8:15 tonight. Yeah, really busy.
Last on board, the Navy volunteers who played the enemy in Bangladesh. No heroes welcome for them, but Kate's too excited to notice.
Yeah, I've done it. And I did it, I think, with a smile all the way through. I had one of the best times I've ever had in the Navy. It was just so much fun.
Next time on Warship.
That's not good. You want to cut? Yeah, that's not good.
It's all hands on deck for a man overboard.
It's life and death. If someone falls over, there's a limit on how long you can keep treading water for.
And Charlie Company lands in Malaysia and gets a taste of life in the jungle.
Grab its tail, place your foot onto the back of its neck.
New Warship is back next Monday at 9 here on 5. And don't miss the new series of Brighton Beach Patrol, which starts this Friday at 8. Festivals, a wicked nightlife and seaside fun. It all causes a night.